Hey everyone, I wanted to make a video about desire. There's a lot of things that we want in life to happen. For example, I'm walking down the street right now and I wanted to find the quickest way to McDonald's. Yeah, I'm American, I like McDonald's. But that's the old me. It's not the potential me, right? Like, we all want something. We all have a part of ourselves that's nostalgic. But when we think about nostalgia, it is inherently self-titillating. It's not something that is growth-filled. And I think that nostalgia is inherently something that holds us back. It prevents us from growing. I'm nostalgic for my mother. I think that I miss my mom a lot. She died a few years ago. And a lot of us wish for the past, that we could rejuvenate the past somehow. And so we're obsessed with plastic surgery, we're obsessed with film, photographs. Even right now, I'm recording this moment, and there's a certain degree of cognitive dissonance that's going on that is preventing me from speaking the words I truly want to feel, and that's from God. Because God is inherently trying to drive us forward. And I believe that the reason that He's allowing me to speak the words that I'm speaking right now, to have this vlog, is as a warning. I've tried to record this video maybe 10, 12 times over the past few weeks. I've been sick with COVID and I've felt creatively drained. I've prayed to God and He's told me that these next few months will be inherently full of strife. And He's put many roadblocks in my way. As if to tell me, yes, these are problems that you're facing. Not just myself, but people who are watching this. We have desires, we have wants, we have physical bodily drives. Even Paul in Romans talks about how he's driven by his own body to practice works which are inherently evil. And so, as I'm walking down the street and I'm craving McDonald's, I'm not inherently hating myself. I'm a little guilty, but I'm not full of shame. And I think that's the difference. It's like, yes, I have a bodily desire for things that are nostalgic and of the past and are not of the current moment, right? But that doesn't mean that I can't live joyously in the current moment. That even though I'm recording this video and I'm public speaking and it's embarrassing to a certain degree, I'm being humiliated through my interpretation. That I can still find happiness, that I don't need to be afraid. And so I think that's the message that God wants to share with us, is that yes, we have desires, and yes, we have potentials. But regardless of whether or not we're striving for desire or potential in a current time, we shouldn't feel shame. And I think that's really where our potential lies. That's where the potential is and that's what courage is. Courage is not denying fear, but accepting and facing fear. And I think that's the same way with desire. Is that desire is not rejecting what we want, whether you're falling through sin through drug addiction or masturbation or overeating or sex addiction or whatever it may be. I think accepting it as part of who we are, but realizing that the potential to overcome it lies not within ourselves, but in some greater being, is what really allows us to move past it. Because at the end of the day, I can't reject the nostalgia that I feel about foods that I eat, or drugs that I partook in, or desires that I felt. I can never remove that from myself. It's always part of my body, but spiritually, I know I can be reborn and become a new person. And I think that's really what allows us to grow, is killing the old self and becoming something new. At the end of the day, we choose how we can react to situations, any situation. That's what we have control over. But in order to be deterministic about how we react to situations, we need to change our frame of mind. And to change our frame of mind requires an outside force, right? Like, we need reasons. For example, like, for someone to stop drinking, they need to realize, well, this, they have to build reasons, they have to build a list in their head as to why it's bad that they're drinking. So, like, health reasons, relationship reasons, you build reasons in your head, but they're all external. Even, health things, it's like, well, why do I want to be healthy? So that I can live a fuller life, I can experience more things, I can do more good in the world. And so I think once we realize that there are external consequences to our actions, and when we start to value those external consequences, doing good for others, living for others, and you can attribute that to God, or you can attribute that to just interpersonal relationships, but at the end of the day, it's outside of ourselves. And so I want to leave us with that. It's like, the power to shake lies in the fallen. It lives in the external being, not in ourselves. And so God bless you, and thank you for listening.